There are decisions every day that we face and we have the opportunity to make that really set the trajectory and decide the trajectory that we set ourselves on. And so understanding how we can leverage these dynamics of sort of long-term and short-term impact to have either a positive or negative ripple effect throughout the progression of our day and at scale, the progression of the overall trajectory that we're walking. It's actually quite a useful dynamic to understand and kind of get a better idea of how to wield and leverage. So really there's a distinction that it comes down to between sort of building long-term rapport with people and progress personally, as opposed to really falling victim to momentary impulses and short-term actions in what I call the tyranny of the present. Now what this is basically is, it's a state where you become so over-fixated on the moment and the impact each single moment has that you start to really fixate on short-term prospects and sort of neglect to see the bigger picture at large. And what this really comes down to is deciding and being able to zoom out in the perspective you're looking at in your day. Instead of giving momentary problems sort of this ripple effect throughout hours of your day, handling problems swiftly and getting back on track to the schedule you built for yourself and the sort of routine and trajectory you've set. Now, one of the challenges with this sort of progression and skill set sort of wielding this dynamic is you have to decide in moments whether you want to do what's more beneficial in the short term, what feels better in the short term, which often has sort of long-term detrimental effects as you're sort of indulging these momentary impulses and desires, or if you want to do what's more challenging in the short term and then progress looking forward to bearing better and sweeter fruit in the future. And so sort of deciding this dynamic fundamentally and being able to have the maturity, if you will, to step back outside of the current context you're in whenever challenges arise, and even at large just throughout your day, just to reflect throughout the day on the path you're setting for yourself and decide if you want to focus on sort of short-term momentary whims or if you want to build sort of currency in the direction you want to go forward in the long term and see the bigger picture to sort of essentially build a sort of pathway for the longer term fruit that you're wanting to bear instead of indulging the momentary sort of whims you have. So just an interesting thought, an interesting dynamic that I think is quite useful to understand more about and kind of think about how you can wield for your own path, your own direction. So hopefully that gives you something to think about, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.